I'm not live on Facebook yet, but it looks like I'm about to be. So I am going to act like I am live because I'm feeling kind of live. I am live. Hello, my name is Kathy Cross Reese, and I am coming to you today, bringing you massive, let's see, got it. Have to click the whole recording thing. I'm going to do a quick mic check again, just to make sure. Yesterday I was told the mic was going in and out, or the sound was going in and out, but I am hearing, and then I'll look over at the chat. I can see you. Testing, testing. Okay, it's working. It's working. It's working. So yesterday I asked, are you getting tired of me? I hope not, because I am not getting tired of you. I look forward to this time at 3 o'clock to share some refreshing news about business, about kingdom, about mindsets, about sales. Today, I am continuing with the generosity theme because the premise of this challenge has to do with those 3 points, which the first one is ownership, second one is stewardship, and the third one is generosity. I'm going to slide my screen over just so I can see the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Nadia. You're not tired of me. Thank you. I'm glad you're not, because I look forward to this. And I plan to have Nadia as my special guest on Sunday, which is the bonus Saturday or Sunday. You have to tell me which one. But just to give you some frame of reference for this challenge, it's a 30-day challenge, and I have one bonus day, which is the 31st. And my dear friend, Nadia Kovorhanstan, can't say your name correctly. I try, and forgive me, please. She speaks 7 languages. I only speak 1, and I get that one a little mixed up. Sunday, she's my special guest Sunday. Anyway, each day I've been bringing you content that will help you move forward in your business, in your life, especially if you're in the real estate industry. But even if you're not, these principles help you move forward, right? And generosity is one of my favorite principles because I believe in giving. I do believe when a person gives, they're more gratified than the person that they're giving it to, especially if they give from a sense of compassion, a sense of love, a sense of value, just providing value. And have I not been providing you value each and every day? Question. I believe I have. I've been providing you value each and every day. I'm teaching you skill sets that I've learned through my mentors. I invest in myself to help myself stretch and grow. In fact, today, I'll share with you today, I was on a call and there was a gentleman from Australia, Aussie. He calls himself an Aussie, and his name was Richmond, Australia. Yeah, Richmond Ding. And he provided some information on how we can get traffic. And I'll give you a tip that I learned from that. And this is free of charge, but you might want to look him up, Richmond Ding from Australia. He has a nice following on social media. This is one tip that I was not aware of. He said to post everything on your personal page, everything. And in terms of content, he does 80% personal and 20% business. Now, that was a shocker to me because I thought you post everything business on your business page and everything personal on your personal page. But he said it makes more sense and it's been more effective for him to post everything on his personal page. And then there's a process that he goes through and takes those posts, whether they're reels, whether there's video clips, whether it's a carousel, which is multiple photos. He takes that and then he engages with people. So just like in the chat, I engage with you, he engages, and then he has a virtual assistant who takes those chats and engages with people and moves them into an offer. He moves them into a Facebook page, a private Facebook page, or he moves them over to, or he invites them. When I say moves them over, I mean invite them into another opportunity and provides value, and everything's of value and it passes on and on. So generosity has to do with giving, right? Giving from what you have. So the question for you is, what do you have that you can give that's of value? You can give your time, right? You can give your money. You can give your talents. Is there something that you're so skilled at that people say, you should do this, or you're good at that? Think about those things and then take those things and harness that jewel, if you will, because that's your superpower, and take that to the next level. That's how you grow. That's how you stretch. Invest in yourself. I invest in coaches. I have coaches that have helped me in my business. I have coaches that have helped me personally. And had coaches that have helped me physically, financially. There are all types of coaches. And in this capacity, I am your coach, or want to be your coach, to help you move forward in the direction you want to go using this challenge framework. This is a challenge. It's a time-bound event. The average challenge runs from 5 to 7 days. I stretch this out because I want to teach you and share with you, as well as growing from you, you growing from me. As I said in the previous post, iron sharpens iron. Now, can you get a sharpener to sharpen itself? Probably not. Can a file sharpen a file? Probably not. But a file can sharpen a knife. Those are two unique, distinct tools that sharpen each other. So as iron sharpens iron, I want to sharpen you and help you to grow in your business, right? Real estate is a very volatile business. Wouldn't you agree? We are seeing the highest of highs and we have seen the lowest of lows. Yet it's a cyclical market. When people ask you, how's the market? The answer for me is it depends on who you are in the market. If you're a buyer, if you're a seller, and it also depends on where you live. Real estate is local. So you may be in another country, you may be in another state. Real estate is local. It is not something that you can put in a vacuum. It doesn't sit by itself. So being generous means you get to share with me. And how do you get to do that? Go live. This is a private Facebook group. And I know there's some anticipation about that, and maybe some, I don't want to call it fear, but it might be fear. Whatever it is, this is how you grow. So I'm teaching you so that you can practice in here for free and then go out and I can go with you to create your own business online. And you can use this sort of platform to grow your business. And there's a program called Challenge Secrets, which will help you learn how to do this, but you won't be alone. It's not in a vacuum. Yes, there is a module, a course that you go through that's self-paced, but there's also live opportunities to teach and train with you. And I'll be right there along with you for the entire process. So today, I just wanted to share that with you about that little hack, if you will, that I found about posting on your personal page. Because I've heard a lot of marketers say, put everything on your personal page in terms of what your business is, kind of your call out. But you're not all about business. You have a life too. You have a family, you have friends, you enjoy certain things. People need to see that you're a multi-dimensional person, not just a one-way person, not just strictly business. You have fun. What do you do for fun? Share that. People don't always want to see the business, the work, because that can be a turnoff. So share something of value that you do in this group, as well as on your personal page. You can share on your personal page, hey, I've been watching this challenge about the Masterclass, and I'm not even in real estate, but I've learned XYZ by listening to that. That's what I would recommend as your mentor, as your coach. And then each day we've been going through a chapter of Proverbs. And the reason I do that is because I believe you want to grow. I know I do. I want to grow in wisdom. The wisest man has been called Solomon in the Bible, and he wrote the book of Proverbs, right? So in that book of Proverbs are wisdom, right? Wisdom. It gives you the good, the bad, and the uglies of life, because life isn't always sweet. Life isn't always fun. Sometimes life stings. Sometimes it darn right hurts. We suffer loss. We do all sorts of things. And real estate happens to be one of those businesses that you get to touch people in their most happiest place, where they're having a baby, extending the family, buying their first house, all that excitement. And you also get to see people at their worst, where they've lost someone dearly, or where they have lost just pretty much everything financially. It's not just the people. Sometimes it's finances where people lose, and we get to help them in this process of selling or finding some other vehicle to help them manage or navigate life. And that's what I want to help you with in this challenge framework, to show you that you can use this to reach people, to touch people, and build your business. Now, when I started this whole process, I said, are you tired of being stuck, of not propelling your business forward, not having consistent income? Well, when you use the challenge framework and you get mentored and coached, then you have the tools, but you have to do it yourself. I can hand you an entire toolbox. And if you know how to use the tools, that's one thing. But if you actually pick up a tool and use it, that's another. And I want you to pick up the tools that you're learning and put them into action. Now, this challenge framework is forgiving. If you've noticed, I haven't always synced everything perfectly. I haven't always had my video on perfectly. Sometimes I'm in the car. And in fact, on bonus day, I'm going to be in another state. Challenges are forgiving, but you continue to move forward, right? You don't let the technical difficulties stop you from getting your message out. And that's what I want to teach you. Continue to be steadfast in learning and investing in yourself. So I've reached the 15-minute mark, and that is my cue to go to, okay, somebody's watching me on Facebook and texting me. Okay, I'm going to go to Proverbs. Let's see, Proverbs chapter 28. And if you want to follow along with me, that would be great. I'm using the Passion Translation. I like the Passion Translation, and I found out about this translation from Pedro Dale, who's one of my mentors. He shared this one during the Wisdom Challenge. He does it every year in January. He does 31 days live. I'm doing pretty much 31 days live because I'm having a bonus day. So Proverbs 28, it starts with lovers of God. So it starts with guilty criminals experience paranoia, even though no one threatens them. Do you know anybody like that? They're kind of paranoid, and it's probably because they're guilty of something. But the innocent lovers of God, because of righteousness, will have the boldness of a young, ferocious lion. Kingdom citizens have the boldness of ferocious lions. Are you a ferocious lion? I'm in a Lions Club and I happen to be the king lion, and I like to call myself the lioness, but being ferocious. Uh-oh, my screen is frozen. I hope I'm not frozen for real. Okay. Play. I hope I'm not frozen. Am I frozen, Nadia, on Facebook? I can't tell. I cannot tell. Let me know if I am frozen. Okay, I'm gonna like something there and see if it keeps moving. Oh, I'm not. Good, good, good. Thank you. Okay, so I stopped with the ferocious lion. And like I said, I'm a lioness, but my tenure is almost up. Lioness. And let's see, where did I stop with verse? Innocent lovers of God, boldness of her. Okay, so verse 2, a rebellious nation is thrown into chaos, but leaders anointed with wisdom will restore law and order. Pause right there. I'm believing for restoration for the nation of, let me get your nation right, Ukraine. I'm believing for restoration for the nation of Ukraine. Okay, leaders anointed with wisdom will restore order. When a pauper oppresses the destitute, it's like a flash flood that sweeps away their last hope. Those who turn their backs on what they know is right, who will no longer be able to tell right from wrong, but those who love the truth strengthen their souls. Those who love the truth strengthens their souls. Justice never makes sense to men devoted to darkness, but those tenderly devoted to the Lord can understand justice perfectly. It's more respectable to be poor and pure than rich and perverse. So there's nothing wrong with being rich, but there is something wrong with being perverse. To be obedient to what you've been taught proves you're an honorable child. But to socialize with the lawless brings shame to your parents. Yeah, I don't want to bring shame to my parents. Go ahead and get rich on the backs of the poor, but all the wealth you gather will one day be given to those who are kind to the needy. If you close your heart and refuse to listen to God's instruction, even your prayer will be despised. Don't want to be despised. Those who tempt the lovers of God with an evil scheme will fall into their own traps. But the innocent who resist temptation will experience reward. The wealthy in their conceit presume to be wise, but a poor person with discernment can see right through them. The triumphant joy of God's lovers releases great glory. That's a tongue twister. But when the wicked rise to power, everyone goes into hiding. And that's what's happening now. We won't get political, but that's what's happening now. If you cover up your sin, you'll never do well. But if you confess your sins and forsake them, you will be kissed by mercy. Kissed by mercy. Overjoyed is the one who, with tender heart, trembles before God. But the stubborn, unyielding heart will experience even greater evil. Ruthless rulers can only be compared to raging lions and roaming bears. Abusive leaders fail to employ wisdom, but leaders who despise corruption will enjoy a long and full life. A murderer's conscience will torment him. A fugitive haunted by guilt all the way to the grave, with no one to support him. The pure will be rescued from failure, but the perverse will suddenly fall into ruin. Work hard and you'll have all you desire, but chase a fantasy and you could end up with nothing. Life's blessings drench the honest and faithful person, but punishment rains down upon the greedy and dishonest. Giving favoritism to the rich and powerful is disgusting, and this is done by the type of judge who would betray a man for a bribe. A greedy man is in a race to get rich, but he forgets that he could lose what's most important and end up with nothing. If you correct someone with constructive criticism, in the end, he will appreciate it more than flattery. A person who would reject his own parents and say, "What's wrong with that?" is as bad as a murderer. To make rash, hasty decisions shows that you are not trusting the Lord. But when you rely totally on God, you will still act carefully and prudently. Self-confident know-it-alls will prove to be fools. But when you learn on the wisdom from above, you will have a way to escape the troubles of your own making. You will never go without if you give to the poor. And that's what we're talking about, right? Generosity. But if you're heartless, stingy, and selfish, you invite curses on yourself. I'll add to that. Being stingy, I think I talked about hoarding. Hoarding is where you're thinking you're not going to have enough. So you're holding it in, right? Holding it, keeping it close to you, and you're not sharing. You're not having an open hand, as I say. You're basically having a closed hand. Now, if you think about receiving and giving, both of those positions are with an open hand. So if you think about that, when you give with an open hand, and when you receive with an open hand. So it's like a cycle that goes around of giving and receiving. That's why it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So I'll repeat that last part. You will never go without if you give to the poor, but if you're heartless, stingy, and selfish, you invite curses upon yourself. When wicked leaders rise to power, good people go into hiding. Why is that? When wicked leaders rise to power, good people go into hiding. But when they fall from power, the godly take their place. And so the godly will take the place of the wicked that will fall from power. That's basically a prophecy. Well, that is Proverbs 28. And if you want to share, I'm glad you said that, Nadia. Okay. Glad you said that. Australia. Okay. So that is today's word, which is generosity. That's all summed up. One word, generosity. Now, this challenge is, as I said, a 30-day challenge. So I did put in the Facebook group, I put a link so that you can have copies of these recordings for as long as you want, lifetime access. And at the end of this challenge, I'm going to invite you into a mentorship program, which has to do with challenge secrets. Challenge Secrets is a course online as well as virtual where we get to engage with one another and see how to use this framework for ourselves, right? So that's why I want you to go live in the group. Go live, share your biggest takeaway, because that's the practice for you to grow your business. And remember the tip that I gave you about 80 and 20. If you think about that 80-20 rule, 80% of the people that are watching this may not even take action, but flip it over, the 20% that do take action will prosper in their business, will grow their business. That's my prediction. But if you post 80% on your personal page and then use that information to brand yourself, brand your business, brand your offers, brand your calling, brand your products, brand those things, but you only want to brand that 20% of the time. 80% of the time, you want to go with personal. People want to know that you're a real person, that you have a real life, that you have joy, whatever it is that you do, share it. Share it on Facebook, on your personal page, and share it in this group, in this Facebook group. I have prizes. One of the prizes is right here. Can you see that? It's a Yeti mic. So for those of you who have gone all in and shared throughout this challenge, we'll go into a drawing. Each one of you that have gone live, your name goes in for the number of times that you've gone live. So you have more opportunities to win the more times you go live, the more times you engage. So go live, share your biggest takeaway. And in the past, I've told you about reels. So you can hit the little live button in this group. Make sure you're in the group to be counted. You can still post on your personal page because that's how you're branding yourself, but post in this group to enter into the drawing for the Yeti mic. I'll have some consolation prizes as well that I'd like to share, but do that for me and do that for you because I want you to learn, to grow, to stretch, and to invest in yourself. You're not investing in me, you're investing in yourself. It's about you. It's all about you, your growth in this industry, your growth in this business, this growth online. This whole online kind of evolution has come to a kind of a pinnacle since COVID, right? Since COVID, a lot of people are behind the screen. And so you want to master that ability of being on screen. So I've reached my 30-minute mark, and I want to thank you for being here today and sharing with me. I'll have a special guest tomorrow, which will be on the screen with me. So it won't just be my face, but hopefully you're not tired of my face. I believe there's favor on your face, and that's why I want to see it. That's what Suzetta Dale and Pedro Dale say. There's favor on your face. So show your face, go live, share, and I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Have a great day.